Episode number 134. It's your boys D. That's me. El Cucuy, the guy over here that you can see right there.
That's me, motherfuckers. Call me Elko Warriors. Warriors.
Oh shit.
So I'm not really a shit talker, so I'm not going to talk any shit. But I will do this. Every punk motherfucker in the media that has some shit to say in 2020 when we were the worst team in the league, 2021 when we couldn't qualify for a play-in in the play-in playoffs, all that shit. Did they forget about Dre? Did they forget about Clay? Did they forget about Steph? Did those boys really think that when they were clicking on all cylinders, they weren't at least a bare minimum threat in the playoffs? Like, again, I'm not going to talk no shit, and I'm humble as fuck because we won this year and this is our year, but that don't promise us nothing for next year. There's a lot of good teams out there, and it's going to be tough, man. If they're going to repeat, them fellas got their work cut out for them. But I'm going to say this to the motherfucking Kendrick Perkins and all the people that want to blast Draymond and say he played like shit, which he did, and he admitted that he did. And all them motherfuckers said Clay couldn't play defense and he was a step too slow. And all them motherfuckers that talk shit when we traded for Andrew Wiggins, right? All that shit. What's up? What happened?
After the game on Thursday, I think I have a new nickname, Doug. Just call me the Martin Luther King of sports, dog. You know why?
I'm just going to call you Martin Luther Dog.
So the day that they didn't play, which was Wednesday, I woke up on Wednesday. I just had a dream that the Warriors won and they were playing tomorrow, right? And they still had two games. They could have gone game 6 and game 7, right?
Right.
So in my dream that I dreamt that the fucking Warriors won the whole shit.
And you know the NBA wants them to. So I almost thought they were going to go 7 because it makes more money. And like the 7th game makes way more than 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1.
Mm-hmm. Well, check this shit out. So I'm thinking, okay, it might go 6, it might go 7. I'm not really sure. I just had a dream that they fucking won the whole shit. But I said, you know what? I go fucking, if I had this dream, I might as well put a little bit of fucking flow on it, right?
Daniel had a dream. Daniel had a dream. Daniel had a Okay, I thought that was
I had a dream about sports, and I was the Martin Luther King.
The Warriors won. I seen it in my dream.
But no, so I had a dream that they fucking won it, so I put a little flow on it, right? And I say a little bit of flow because I ain't a rich guy. So yeah,
it ain't even the amount that counts. It's just you being right.
They were plus 150 when I put the fucking shit down, right? Plus 150, and I won because of my. I thought it was fucking dope, but besides the fucking NBA Finals and the newly crowned fucking 4 times in 8 years.
Well, fuck, man, let's get into some CNR. Thanks for everyone that's not a sports fan that just listened to our 5 or 10 minutes of bullshit about Golden State and about basketball. But yeah, let's get to the meat and potatoes of this shit.
Where do you want to start off with Covino and Rich shit?
Well, there's a couple of things that really got me. One of them was HOA fees, and Covino saying his was $600 a month. And I've bought in a lot of real estate. I bought in 4 houses and I bought in a lot of vacant land, a lot of vacant properties in Shelter Cove, California. Mm-hmm. And one thing that I would always advise you not to do unless the condo price is so fucking cheap is to buy a condo, because by the time you put in those HOA fees, you're right at the same price as buying a fucking house. And think about it, like you're paying $600 a month for something you'll never have any equity out of. That's just fees.
Not only are you not going to have any equity, do you see all the fucking trouble that Covino's having now
That's what I'm saying.
With the fence and all this stupid shit? Then what the fuck are all the fees that he's been paying for? What are they going for?
But that's what I'm saying. So think about it. He's paying $600 a month, which is $7,200 a year that could be going into a home that's going to be his one day. After 10 years, $7,200 a year times 10 is 72 grand. You do that times a 30-year loan, bro, you're talking $215,000 worth of equity. Instead, you're giving it to a condominium place that's giving you fucking heartache and headache and fucking leaky balconies and fucking up your shed and fences and the fat lady in her moo-moo upstairs complaining. It's like, so that's money that over the course of a home loan, that's damn near $250,000 you could have put away towards your own shit instead of some crooked ass fucking HOA company fucking jacking you.
I don't think he wants to get a house really right now, just for him and Jordan, right? So I'm thinking, so what do you think is the alternative for him to get out of the fucking HOA fees in the condo? Do you think he should buy it? Do you think he should like buy a small place or like rent like a little apartment or something?
I think that I totally agree because, I'm sitting here in the middle of a fucking 1,600 square foot, 3-bedroom, 2-bath house with a fucking 2-car garage. And I live by myself and it's a bit much. I do get that. I mean, I don't need that. I could probably take Chapo Jenkins and go get a 1-bedroom condo and, but then I got HOA fees. And the thing is, he might not need it. And I'm not saying to go buy a big ass house, but you can always rent the houses out for more than condos. You can always rent them out more and they build more equity because it's a bigger investment. So, you should always have real estate. In my own opinion, you should always have real estate in your portfolio. And, even if you're buying something a little bigger than you need, you're going to command that much more rent when it's paid for.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So I'm always looking 20, 30 years down the road. And if it's a solid investment, like even my house, the one cool thing is since, interest rates went up, dude, it would cost an extra $300 or $400 a month in mortgage to own my house. But at the rate that I got it for, I can always rent it out and still make a couple $100 a month profit. So as long as it doesn't sit for more than like 30 days, that was a hell of a deal because rentals here are hard to get to begin with. I can get a couple hundred more than I owe the bank on a monthly payment anyways. So even if it's not for me and I want to downsize and get an apartment one day, I can still get out of this and have someone else fucking paying something off for me for my retirement.
Do you remember how much Rich said that, or Covino, one of them had said that it was going to cost to replace this gate was like a fucking astronomical number? I forget what it was.
It was something crazy. He's got to cut bait, dude. So right now, let's go over the headaches and heartaches that Covino's already had in that condo, right? He had the leaky fucking balcony. He had the damage to his shed and the contents in it.
Yeah.
Right. Didn't he have his bike cover blew away? Remember?
Yeah. Yeah.
He had the fat lady in her moo-moo. That's 4. What am I missing? There's got to be more. I know there's more.
I don't know, Doug. I can't think, but I know there was a handful of shit too. I just can't think of it off top of my head.
It's time to go.
Well, bro. Doug, like even his fucking sauna's not even working,
That's what I'm saying. Get out right now before this market crashes while you can. He could probably still get out right now, make a little bit of money. Mm-hmm. And maybe you just rent an apartment again that's what I would do, bro. If I was Covino, what I would do, honest to God, is the market's going to crash. The housing market's going to go down. I would get out right now. And if he can make money, that's awesome. And there's a good chance that he can. And just rent something until the fucking market crashes and to get back in when it's cheap.
Do you think if he gets out, say he gets out right now of his house or his condo or whatever.
Yeah.
And he goes to rent something, you don't feel like it's going to be better for him to be paying in on something that he's going to fucking own or
I don't with $600 HOA fees and they sound like they're not worth a shit.
Yeah.
I think you're in a money pit. And again, if you start doing the basic math, that's $7,200 a year. You're just giving us some corrupt fucking HOA. You know what I mean? And again, you do that over 10 years, you're at 72 G's, you're in the 30-year loan, you're damn near at $250,000. Even if you just went and bought something else, you could spend that much more on a house and at least you're paying off a loan that's going to benefit you. You're not getting any of those HOA fees back when it's all said and done.
Yeah, you're right.
You know what I mean?
You're right. No,
water, sewer, and garbage is about $80 a month, bro. So yeah, once every 20 years, you got to paint your house. Once every 20 years, you got to get a roof. And yeah, it's probably another $50, $75 every 2 weeks to pay someone to cut your yard. But other than an extra like $150 a month, you don't need to pay $600.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and I'll give you an example why. Like when the market crashed last time, the house that I own in Fresno, I bought that motherfucker for $82,000. Prices were low, rates were low. I got a 3.5 interest rate on that fucking thing, and I paid $82,000 in 2015. I only owe 21 G's. In the next, I think I've got 14 more payments at what I'm paying until that thing is mine. So from 2015, and it was cheap, but from 2015 to now, and sometime in 2023, around August, my birthday, that thing is going to go from me paying $1,000 out a month to it paying me $1,000 in. At some point, you want to buy assets that appreciate, that turn into payments for you. You know what I'm saying? Cars don't do that. We spend $50,000, $40,000 on a car. Piece of shit's worth 20 or 15 when we sell it. You know what I'm saying? But buying property, it has the ability to pay you money back later in the form of selling it or renting it out, getting monthly income. And so, I would just wait till the market drops. I'm sure when it drops, he could probably find something for 5 or 6 or 7 in LA. That's probably 8 or 9 or $1 million right now.
I don't have a shit load to add. So I don't know if we want to get onto something different. What you got?
I got a good transition. The only thing is where he's at right now. Rich was talking about strangers going to his door. If he gets a house, bro, he's gonna have that fucking problem. What do you?
Well, you know what?
As
long as he don't have the fucking setup that Rich has, because Rich has like these glass windows on his front doors where people could like look right in and fucking see him.
You know what I got, bro? I almost want to give you. I want to show you the sign, but I'll go ahead and read it to you. You know what I got on my front door, bro?
What?
I got a sign, and you know what it says? Bold red letters: do not knock. No uninvited or unexpected callers. This is private property. We will not buy anything at the door, nor change utility companies. We won't donate to your charity, listen to your religious or political views, participate in your survey, and we don't want to sell our house. Do not disturb.
Fuck, by the time I read all that shit, dog, I would have just walked away.
Well, yeah, I mean, it covers everything because, the first thing people want to say is, sir, we're not soliciting. And I'm like, yes, you are, because you're trying to convince me of something. And if your dumbass doesn't know, that's the definition of solicitation. You're trying to get me to buy into something that doesn't have to be where money exchanges. I don't care if it's a religion or solar panels. It's the same shit. You're soliciting.
Honestly, thank goodness, Doug, I don't have fucking people like bothering like that.
Oh, I do in Fresno, bro. In Fresno, you get 3-4 a day.
Really? No, see, Doug,
I haven't had one in Lompoc.
Thank God the neighborhood that I live in right now is really quiet. There's like a lot of families and shit. And and it's just we don't maybe like the other day, I think I saw something in the mail that like literally in my mailbox that said like, hey neighbor, come to our church or some shit like that,
Did you go?
But no. But no, I didn't go, but it was just like a little note that was left. And I'm sure these fucking people just mail them out to all the neighborhoods and shit,
Yeah.
But that's the deepest I go. I mean, when it comes to me, thank God.
Yeah, no, I haven't had anyone in Lompoc, thank God. But in Fresno, it was a struggle, bro. They're trying to fucking do PG&E rebates and fucking solar and go to my church and buy my candy bar and support my fucking OnlyFans and all kind of fucked up shit.
You know what, dog? If somebody came up to my door with the fucking OnlyFans ad, I would fucking buy their subscription just for the fucking hustle.
I would say, show me your tits first. let me see. If you show millions of people, give me a flash and I'll subscribe.
I'll think about it. Right? Just show me some bottom titty or something.
Why is one nipple bigger than the other?
Oh fuck! But you know what though?
What?
It makes me laugh because Rich is such like a fucking, kind of goofy, easygoing, fucking wants to talk to everybody. And now he's fucking bitching about people coming up to his house. So
I got a question, bro. Is Ben a time traveler?
Why?
Well, I'm just wondering how he went back to like 2008, 9, 10, 11, 12, whenever he was Harrison on Dexter.
Hey, Rich better pray to God that Ben doesn't turn out like fucking Harrison. And I'm not talking about the breaking elbows and shit. I'm just talking about he looks like a fucking dork. I'm praying to God that Ben, because he does look a shit ton like
young Harrison, right?
Like young Harrison. Yeah,
he does.
So yeah, but if he grows up, dog, I'm just like, please don't look like fucking like now Harrison.
Oh, I hate
he's a cool kid, but fucking,
I hate that kid.
In real life, I'm sure he's a good kid, but I think Ben could do better.
He could get smacked by a train. I wouldn't have any fucks given. That big Harrison.
But yeah, so this week, Covino talked about how there's like Discord groups going on. There's fucking little, chats and hashtags and shit with Melody's dad, because I guess Covino has been discovered by fucking 12-year-old boys and fucking boys and girls all across the Yuma. All across the California fucking,
you must have made a mistake.
Because did you hear how much of a celebrity Covino is amongst Melody's friends?
I heard a little bit of it. Yeah, I heard he's a fucking stud.
So, it's fucking funny because Rich even mentioned something. Covino, because I think they asked, they were like, are your friend or her friends looking up Melody's mom or just you? And Covino said, no, just me. And Rich was like, and I bet that fucking bugs her. Because you know
what's funny though? It bugs Rich because you know what's gonna happen when fucking Emmy goes to school. Rich is not gonna be the cool dad that all the 12-year-olds are fucking looking up. He's gonna be the creepy pervy dad.
Oh man. Yeah. I don't want to bag on Rich too much, even though he did say something. Doug did okay. You know what? I'm glad you brought up Rich, because this just shows you how they always make fun of Covino and say, "Oh, Covino's head is up his ass," blah blah blah. And
Rich is hella petty.
Dog, Rich. Okay, so this week, maybe Monday or Tuesday, they had, no lie, maybe 15-minute or more, 15-minute long conversation about Biggie Deline, right? Do you know Biggie? Have you heard of Biggie? Have you heard the name?
No.
Okay.
But I heard about Biggie dying.
Well, Biggie Deline, he's been listening probably, I don't know, when I started listening, he was already a listener. And I've been listening for 10 years. So say Biggie's been listening for 12 to 15 years. Been to fucking events and shit, has met the guys. And so they spent, a good about 15, 20 minutes on a topic because Biggie Deline had a dude drop off a big ass dumpster at his, like on his fucking driveway or whatever, right?
Okay.
And he was gonna fucking, I don't know, clean out his backyard or do some shit, whatever. I don't know. Well, it was a dirt driveway. The dude that was dropping off the fucking big ass dumpster on Biggie's fucking Ring doorbell, it's recording obviously, and the dude fucking takes a leak right there on his driveway. So they had this conversation, was that right? Was that wrong? Should he done it? Should he have not done it? Blah, blah, blah.
No, you can't do that.
Well, Rich, so they're talking, on this good, 15, 20 minutes about Biggie Deline and all this whole situation.
Yeah.
So that was like Monday or Tuesday. Come Thursday, about 5 to 10 minutes before the show is over, Rich is talking and he was like, hey, he goes, something about paved or something about a dirt driveway. And he's like, if you're like Daniel Javier Fitz. And then Covino and Spot are like, what are you talking about? And then they're like, you mean Biggie Deline? And then Rich was like, Doug, and Biggie, he's this fucking big white dude from Michigan, right?
Okay.
Blonde hair. His kids have fucking red hair. That's how white this guy is, right? So they're like, Rich, do you mean fucking Biggie? And then Rich is like, well, he's like, aren't they both fucking big vatos? And then so Spot and Covino start laughing their asses off. And they're like, do you even pay attention? Or like, because Doug, how the fuck are you going to confuse? Yeah, we're both two big dudes. One's as white as can be, and one is a fucking Americanized Mexican, right? So I don't know how Rich could fucking confuse the stories or what, or confuse thinking that the story was about me and not Biggie. Doug, when they spent fucking 15, 20 minutes on it a couple of days before, is he just that out of touch and that not tuned into what's going on that he's going to fucking make that confusion?
Or he might be saying shit just to fucking generate fucking drama.
I don't think so. If you listen back, it did sound, watch, I can actually.
A lot of people have a dirt driveway like Daniel Javier Fitz.
No, that was
you dirtbag.
Biggie Deline, same guy. Same guy.
I feel like
What's
the
the
same
Mexican?
guy.
I feel like the same guy. I feel like the same guy. Aren't they like both big vatos?
No, he's fucking bullshit.
different.
He's bullshit. Look at him.
Eric's
Well, when he said the
Biggie Deline,
vatos part,
same
he was
guy.
bullshitting. But
Same
look
guy.
at
No, he's got that evil look in his eye, bro. Look at his face. You can tell he's lying by his facial expression.
Let's see. Let's watch this. Let me zoom
Look at
in
him.
on this
He's
shit.
a sneaky motherfucker, bro. Look at him. He's got that little
have
evil
a dirt
look.
driveway like Daniel Javier Fitz.
See?
No, that was
See? His little fucking cheeseball grin.
I do the
I did see that
I'll
shit,
look at it this
dog.
way.
Look at this shit. Watch.
A lot of people have a
Watch.
dirt driveway.
See?
Like
See him fucking go with the long blink?
And look at this shit, dog.
Javier Fitz.
No, that was
He goes from he says it to look at this smirk right here.
Look, I told you. Yeah, no,
I kind of think, Doug. I think now that this shit was fucking.
Biggie Deline.
He's giving you a shout out, bro. You got to give him a thank you for that.
Same guy.
Look at him. See?
A lot of
Look at He
people-
goes with his hand on his chin. He goes,
Let me see this shit again.
I
do the John Travolta.
look at it this way.
I do the John Travolta.
A lot of people have a dirt driveway like Daniel
A
Javier
lot of
Fitz.
people.
No, that was Biggie Deline.
Biggie Deline, same guy.
Doug, look at Covino.
See, no, but no, go rewind a little bit. Look at how his brow is arches.
I
Same
look
guy.
at it this way.
Watch when he says same guy. Watch his eyebrow
A
lift.
lot of people have a dirt driveway like Daniel Javier
See?
Fitz.
No, that was
Watch.
Biggie Deline, same guy. Same guy.
like
What's
the
the
same
same
guy.
guy? I feel like the same
He's
guy.
rocking his head back and
Same guy.
forth.
Aren't they like both
See,
big
look at
vatos?
you see that little look?
completely different.
I picture them both like big
Eric's
vatos.
not even a vato.
Eric's not even a vato.
No, bro. I think you do that shit. Hey, thanks, Rich. Thanks for the love.
Hey, fuck it. We got some fucking Covino and Rich love right there. So we can't complain too much. When was that? 33.
Oh, I can complain all the fuck I want to, but people just might get tired of hearing about it.
Yeah, but fucking Rich, dog. Now I think you cracked it. I kind of think that was planned. I don't know why.
Thank you, Rich Davis.
All right. Well,
I mean, I know he just said your name, but we still get love as a show. So
hey, we get love as a whole, right?
Yeah.
What's mine is yours, and what's yours is mine.
All right. Bro.
But let me see, Rich
Davis.
Let me see.
Rich Davis for mayor. And good job, Spot, bro. I don't know if Spot listens to our show or not, but that's the most handsome he's looked ever. It's clean, it's short, it's to the point. It's not all fucking pubadoo. I mean, it looks right, bro. He's rocking the best he can with what he's got. Shout out to him for that haircut.
Yeah, his shit looks dope. It really does, man. Oh, speaking of, you know what? Let's talk about Spot for a minute then. They were talking about jobs that they had growing up. You know, I think Rich and Covino both had
Wendy's and Bennigan's.
No, they had a job as like an umpire or some shit, right? And they were talking about their first jobs and
blow job or like work job,
getting paid
hand job. Jobs are good, bro. What kind of job are you talking about?
They were talking about a job that they're getting paid for. Okay. And Covino and Rich both mentioned that they were umpires. That was one of their first paying gigs.
You're out of here.
And Spot started naming all of these jobs he had as a kid. Like he was paid as like an altar boy.
They touched him.
He worked in a fucking butcher shop as a kid, and he would make $5 a day.
Well, he says he's got the meat like Arby's.
So fucking Spot has Spot was a butcher. Let me see. Spot was a babysitter at one point. Spot's a candle maker. Doug, what fucking...
That's one thing I never did, Brian. Nobody ever trusts me with their kids. I mean, I turned out to be a good dad, but I ain't ever babysitting no one's kids when I was a kid.
Dog, not even when I was a kid. You want to hear something?
What's that?
So check this shit out. So Piper and this chick named Kitten, right?
Bro, well, I gotta... Hold on. Just freeze it. I'm ready. Just freeze it for a second. You just said Piper and Kitten. I'm just wondering what fucking goes on in Yuma, but hold on real quick. Let me just try to make sense of all this.
Piper, Kitten.
All right, bro. Piper and Kitten.
So Piper had all these bitches living with her, and Kitten had like a 5-year-old daughter, right? And
wouldn't it be a 5-year-old kitten?
So she had a 5-year-old daughter, and I remember, Doug. So,
bro, where do you meet these people?
One night they were all gonna go out, and they told me, or Kitten asked me. She's like, can you watch my daughter? We're going to go fucking,
she asked you to watch her daughter?
Yeah, Doug, looking back, I'm like, that's kind of crazy, huh? You know, because I didn't think about it at the time. But
when you were done watching the daughter, did she say dog?
That's fucking stupid.
What do you mean? Hey, you leave and shit off, and she's like, Mommy, what's up, dog?
So we had, around that time, me, Johnny, I think, who else? Me, Johnny, and probably Milson were putting new flooring in Piper's house. Right. And I had watched Kitten's daughter like a few days before that.
Me up big time right now, bro. I don't know if it's the weed, but the more you say Piper and Kitten, that's just fucking me up right now. But go ahead. I'm sorry, bro.
Well, it was funny because I had watched Kitten's daughter a couple days before that. And then we're like a few days later, we're laying the flooring in Piper's house, right? And fucking the little girl comes out of the room because she's living with Piper, right? And she says something about, oh yeah, she starts talking to me because I mean I'm always at the fucking house and I was watching her the other day and shit. And she says to my homies, oh yeah, Daniel's my babysitter. And I was like, dog, that shit, like we're all fucking laying the flooring and shit. And then I'm like, I felt like a fucking stupid ass bitch, dog, because she was like, when she said Daniel's my babysitter, like it reminds me of like a 13-year-old chick's job, you know? Like
you're lucky I wasn't there.
A little girl.
What do you do when he babysits you?
It was fucking funny though, because I remember fucking everybody like stops it all.
I would ask you, hey bro, you play Barbies or what?
No, but I remember I was drawing with her and shit. And it was fun. I mean, she was a cool fucking a little hang. So but that's yeah, cool. It reminded me because I was gonna make fun of Spot for being a babysitter because usually it is like a fucking like a young chick, like a 13-year-old chick is babysitting a little 5-year-old or something, right? And so when Spot said that he was a babysitter, I was like, what a bitch, right? That was my initial fucking thought. And then I thought about it. I was like, wait, I fucking watched fucking Kitten's Daughter.
Dude, I was a babysitter too.
I was a baby, but I wasn't a babysitter as a kid. It was as an adult, which is fucking
an adult babysitter.
Yeah. So anyway, dog, the fucking there. Yeah. Let me cross out here. I was a babysitter. Spot was a fucking, let me see. Spot was a butcher and a fucking babysitter and a candle maker.
I was a baby batter blaster.
I want to know. That's fucking gross. I want to know if you completed on Covino and Rich's Patreon, they put out a survey. Have you completed the anonymous survey?
I don't believe I have. Please enlighten me about the survey. I'm going to look at Patreon right now as you speak, but the survey says.
The survey asks things like, you know, what do you want to see less of? You know, A, B, or C. What do you enjoy the most? A, B, or C? What has been your favorite moment? Fill in the blank type of shit like that. I understand what they're doing, but they had mentioned on Thursday, they were like, oh, people hate when we talk politics. People hate when we talk boxing. People hate when we talk whatever. So they said they're going to stay away from those topics. But what about the people like that? Because they're saying a majority of the people hate that kind of shit. So Covino mentioned, oh, well, then I'll talk about boxing behind the velvet rope.
Are they sponsored by Burger King?
Why?
Because why the fuck? You don't get to get it your way, bro. It's their show.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm like, part of the appeal is there's going to be shit that you like. There's going to be shit that you hate. But what about they're saying, okay, a majority of the listeners don't like when they talk boxing. But Doug, what if that's a whole nother market that they haven't tapped into? I do too.
Majority of those assholes. I hate it when they talk baseball, but I'm not going to tell them not to talk baseball because you might like it when they talk baseball.
I wish that they would talk more UFC. I just told Luis the other day, I was like, dog, I really wish that because on Monday, you know, last weekend had one of the dopest UFC fights in a long time. It was fucking awesome. And Covino had mentioned, oh yeah, you know, I guess fucking Glover Teixeira had a good fight and he's 40 or something, but Covino just knew like a little bit about it. And I'm like, fuck, I told Luis, I was like, I wish these dudes really gave more of a fuck about the UFC because I fucking love it. But the thing is, Doug, if they're talking, I wish they would talk more UFC, but if they fucking talk boxing, if they talk whatever, isn't that part of the fun is that it's the Covino and Rich show?
Yes.
So now they're going to tailor it. See, they're going to tailor it to this audience now that they have now. But what about, Doug, what if there's a whole market out there that, you know, loves boxing and they're going to tune into Covino and Rich for the fucking boxing. But now, you know what? Now that's going to be behind the velvet rope.
But you know what? You can't be selfish as a listener because I don't like it when they talk baseball. I'm bored as fuck, but I know some people out there like it. So can I just not still listen? And maybe they see for me, when they start talking about something that I'm not interested in a whole hell of a lot, you just know like Covino's still going to say something smart ass, or he's going to sneak in a joke or Rich or Spot's going to say something. So I don't necessarily need to care about the topic. I like them and I like their fucking personalities. So pretty much for anything they talk about, I'm still interested somewhat because they're my favorite show. You know what I'm saying? And like, I can easily tune out on like the baseball bullshit, but I wouldn't want them to change it. If they're going to do anything, why don't you fucking add shit in for an anticipated group of listeners you're trying to fucking gain, right? Because we're going to hang in there with you no matter what. Yeah. Your loyals are riding with you no matter what. If you're going to do anything, do something that you think is going to attract more listeners to help your wallet.
Oh, you know what? I fucking I didn't get to it,
dude. What was
because I forgot last week. I was going to start off with this, but we completely got sidetracked and then I never got to it. But I was talking to my buddy and we were talking about how I think it would be fucking, think about most podcasts out there, like the ones you said you never heard of, like the, you know, Tom Segura and Bert Kreischer and all them. A lot of these people, they release one episode a week of their podcast. So what? And I can't take any credit. This was my homie that told me this. It was fucking Luis that said.
I'm trying to go live here, bro. How do I go live?
On what?
We're on TikTok. We talk about that shit all the time. And fuck, I'm trying to film our shit while we're doing our show. See if we can get some fucking bullshit.
You too.
How do we do that?
To the riches, cause it's all about the paper. Now buckle up your seats and prepare for the journey. Let the music ease your soul. Grab a